Prime Minister's resisting calls to take further action to address climate change as he apologises for taking a holiday during the bushfire crisis. Live now to political reporter Trudy McIntosh in Canberra. Trudy, Scott Morrison's digging in when it comes to his climate approach.
He certainly is, Annalise. He's back from his Hawaiian holiday, but certainly facing a significant amount of pressure to do more when it comes to climate change. But the Prime Minister has been pretty insistent. He is standing by the policies that the government has when it comes to addressing climate change and downplaying any apparent divisions within the top of the party. We heard from the acting Prime Minister at the time, Michael McCormack. He said on the weekend that more needed to be done to address climate change. The Prime Minister today saying there isn't division between him and his Deputy Prime Minister, saying that they already are doing more, so therefore there isn't any contradiction there. In terms of the climate response, though, the Prime Minister says he's not going to be panicked into making any new changes.
I don't think panicking is the way to manage anything. And the urge for panic that has come from some, often politically motivated, to pursue a particular agenda is not something I'm ever intimidated by or ever distracted by. I made a promise to the Australian people to take action on climate change, and I am, and I'll meet those commitments.
But Australia's approach to climate change and these bushfires has really been in the international spotlight over the last few days. Just overnight, we've heard from the teenage activist and environmentalist Greta Thunberg. She's really taken aim at Australia when it comes to our response to climate change. Here was her tweet from overnight. She says, quote, "Not even catastrophes like these seem to bring any political action. How is this possible? Because we still fail to make the connection between the climate crisis and increased extreme weather events and natural disasters like the Australian fires. That's what has to change now." The Prime Minister was asked about those comments this morning. He's dismissing this criticism from overseas.
No, look, people from outside Australia will make whatever comments they want. I'll set Australia's policies consistent with what I took to the last election and what I believe and my government believes is in Australia's national interests.
And Trudy, this story about the PM going on holiday in Hawaii isn't going away at all, still facing a lot of criticism.
Yeah, he certainly continues to face questions about this holiday in Hawaii with his family and whether it was the right call. He's apologised for that and says that with hindsight, he shouldn't have done the trip if he'd have known the conditions in Australia. But today he was asked whether he would take any additional leave now in the lead up to the new year. He says that if time permits, that he will spend time with his family in the lead up to Christmas, this time here in Australia. He was also raised eyebrows, though, about this comparison, about why he went to Hawaii and what other parents do in Australia.
I mean, 7 weeks ago we'd planned this, but look, we all make decisions, Monique. You do as a parent, I do as a parent. We all seek to balance our work-life responsibilities, and we all try and get that right. And you know, we can all make better decisions on occasions. And I was pretty upfront with the Australian people about that yesterday. You know, whether it's on a Friday afternoon and you're deciding to take that extra plumbing contract, and you said you were going to pick up the kids or something at my level. I mean, these are things you juggle as parents.
Now, Annalise, the Prime Minister will be hoping to put questions about his holiday behind him now. He's going to tour other parts of fire-affected New South Wales today, including an evacuation centre, but also 2 RFS stations right near Mudgee.